Alright, welcome back guys. On this video we are talking about what you're expecting on your favorite series Soulmate. This month contains a lot of spoilers and especially the separation of Sachin and Sayali. And after their separation comes drama, and also if Sachin is going to remarry, if Renuka is finally going to accept Sayali and stop all her whole shenanigans and conspiracy against her. Anyways, like I said earlier on, this video might contain spoilers. I don't know if you don't like spoilers, this video might not be for you. These are for those who like watching the updates before it is shown on TV. Anyways, guys, the drama gets even more intense, and this video continues the last video I posted on the show. Check out my channel and watch the continuation the previous ones before this as well after watching this to get the full story. Without wasting any of your time, let us jump straight into the video of today on Soulmate.
The episode opens with Arun, who is preparing himself to marry Juhi, yet he is deeply frightened of Sachin's possible anger. He worries that if the wedding is somehow stopped, he will never be able to face anyone again. His anxious thoughts are gently calmed by his mother, who reassures him that nothing unfortunate will occur. Still confused, Arun turns to Paresh for guidance, but Paresh too remains silent, having no real solution. Adding to his distress, Arun realizes he has no idea where Juhi has gone without informing him. Instead of support, he is harshly scolded for secretly marrying Juhi in court with only Sayali as witness. Sachin's constant humiliation leaves Arun feeling deeply insulted. At the same time, Sayali finally brings Juhi and Sachin inside the house. Sachin appears heavily intoxicated and emotionally unstable. Despite the tense atmosphere, the priest proceeds with the wedding rituals. Sayali grows increasingly disturbed as she notices Sachin's miserable condition. He clearly shows no interest in participating in Juhi's marriage. Nevertheless, the ceremony continues, and Arun and Juhi eventually complete all the sacred rituals together, formally becoming husband and wife. Soon after, Sayali is asked to call Sachin for a family photograph. However, he coldly refuses and distances himself from her. In a bitter tone, Sachin declares that he will no longer interfere in any matter related to Sayali's family. Unable to bear the repeated insults, Sayali finally breaks down in tears. After the wedding concludes, Sachin disappears and does not return home for a long time. Paresh and Akash grow worried and try repeatedly to locate him, but Sachin ignores every call. Meanwhile, Tejas and Renuka show little sympathy for his absence and instead blame Sayali for hurting him so deeply. Much later, Sachin finally returns home in a severely intoxicated state, barely able to stand on his own. In an emotional gesture, he presents a sari for his mother, Renuka. Though he tries to appear cheerful, Sachin is inwardly suffocating from the pain of feeling betrayed by Sayali. He even brings food for Tejas, attempting to behave normally. Soon, Sachin apologizes to the elders for creating a scene during Juhi's wedding. However, the moment Sayali appears, his composure begins to crack. He hands her a beautiful statue of a couple. Sayali quickly realizes he is speaking irrationally under the influence of alcohol. Overcome with pain and suspicion, Sachin questions her honesty and, in a sudden burst of anger, smashes the gift, leaving Sayali shocked and heartbroken by his uncontrollable emotional breakdown. The tense atmosphere in the household grows heavier as everyone silently witnesses the painful distance forming between Sachin and Sayali. What should have been a joyful celebration slowly turns into an evening filled with regret, misunderstanding, and emotional turmoil, leaving the entire family uncertain about what consequences this fractured relationship might bring in the days and uncertain moments that still lie ahead for each of them involved in this deeply troubling and emotionally charged situation unfolding within their once peaceful family home together. The episode opens with Sachin completely withdrawing from his relationship with Sayali. Deeply wounded by her actions, he loses all trust in his wife and feels profoundly humiliated, believing that Sayali has deceived him. Sayali, on the other hand, is left confused and distressed, unable to figure out how to pacify him or repair the damage. Sachin bitterly reminds her of the past, accusing her of breaking his trust earlier when she helped arrange the marriage between Akash and Riya. Akash and Riya step forward to defend Sayali, explaining that she had no other option at the time and had only been trying to support Arun and Juhi. Despite their justification, Sachin remains unmoved. Observing the escalating tension, Paresh gently advises Sayali to return to her mother's house for the time being, suggesting that her presence may only aggravate Sachin further and that she should not continue to endure his harsh behavior. Left alone with her thoughts, Sayali reflects on Sachin's painful words. Memories of their happy moments together flood her mind, making her feel suffocated with guilt and regret. She struggles to accept how quickly their loving relationship has turned so bitter. The following morning brings an emotional moment as Juhi tearfully seeks permission from her mother to leave the house. It is finally time for her to depart. Just then, Sayali arrives and bids Juhi a heartfelt farewell. With visible concern, she requests Arun to take good care of Juhi. After this emotional exchange, the newly married couple leaves for Arun's home. Meanwhile, Sachin is seen on the rooftop of the house, lost in turmoil. In his disturbed state, he edges dangerously close to the brink, seemingly unaware of the risk he is taking. Akash and Riya rush in at the right moment and stop him from making a reckless move. They are deeply affected by Sachin's suffering, realizing that he is unable to cope with what he perceives as Sayali's betrayal. Despite everything, Sayali continues to hold on to hope. She firmly believes that Sachin will forgive her soon and that their bond is too strong to be broken over what she considers a misunderstanding. She cannot imagine leaving him alone in such a fragile state and is determined not to let their relationship fall apart. In her heart, she convinces herself that once Sachin comes out of his intoxicated anger and emotional turmoil, he will eventually understand her intentions and soften toward her. Elsewhere in the house, Renuka grows irritated as she is forced to manage all the kitchen responsibilities by herself. Her frustration adds to the already tense atmosphere in the household. Later, when Sachin wakes up, his first instinct is to look for Sayali. However, the memory of their bitter confrontation quickly returns, and his anger reignites just as strongly as before. At the same time, Juhi cannot stop thinking about Sayali and begins to worry about the disastrous turn Sayali's life seems to be taking. The emotional distance between Sachin and Sayali only deepens when Sachin finally makes a firm and painful vow that he will no longer speak to Sayali, leaving their relationship hanging in a state of painful uncertainty. He decides to take a long ride for a group of passengers.